All right, hello and welcome to TV Bricks. Today we're honored to have on our program Sergey Nikolaevich Ladizhenko. He is the Director General of the Development Corporation of Yenisei Siberia and also a strategic investment expert. And today we're going to talk about several of the interesting projects that they're doing in Yenisei Siberia. So welcome, Sergey, to the program.
Добрый день.
Hello.
Спасибо большое.
Thank you very much. I'm very happy to present the investment potential of Yenisei Siberia. Yenisei Siberia includes three Russian regions, Khakassia, Tyva, and our territory is about 15% of the total area of our country, with 3.7 million people population. Our region has strong cultural social ties that has been formed over periods of time, and today the three regions are uniting their efforts to discover the economic potential, which is quite unique for our country. Our territories enjoy unique competitive advantages. They have their own unique advantages, such as special natural resource potential related to a large number of mineral resources which haven't been developed or explored yet, a very well-developed energy complex, which today has been very successful, giving birth to companies well-known in international markets. Scientific-based sector of the economics, a very strong scientific and human resource potential. In terms of macroeconomic indicators today, we enjoy very stable characteristics. Our capacity is constantly growing, and GDP and the tax base is showing us positive territory. We are hoping that everything ongoing in the economy today will only impact our indicators short term, and we will be able to quickly recover, stabilize with new efficient results. We possess serious resource potential. Speaking of the share of certain resources within the scales of the Russian Federation, they are quite significant in terms of nickel, wood pulp, aluminium, gold, copper, and many other natural resources. The export potential of our territory is quite serious. We have a serious chain of export supply chain into China and Southeast Asia, and of course we're also using the Northern Sea route. This is very important point. We use it to transport products outside the Russian Federation. Our regions had created a strategy for investment development. This document has been prepared by a serious consulting organization in conjunction with large financial groups, and is a document that defines key directions and opportunities for implementing these investment projects. Today, we see serious potential in development of certain quite extensive range of niches. This is production of chemical oil production, deep agricultural produce processing, biochemicals, microchemistry, and all of these niches can be grouped together from the viewpoint of feasibility of creating serious important enterprises using their resource potential, and also the spheres in the service sector that also enjoy serious potential. Today, we also enjoy great opportunities to attract investments into tourism, healthcare, deeper processing in agricultural sector and development of agricultural complex sectors. The whole spectrum of investment proposals have been worked on in terms of marketing assessments and financial economical terms. Our experts have prepared them, and also it should be noted demonstrate that our regions today have combined their investment potential into a complex investment project, which is called Yenisei Siberia, and enjoys the support of the President of the Russian Federation and the government. The document The government of the Russian Federation passed a bill in 2019 to promote all the initiatives within the framework of this project. Project numbers over 32 investment projects, over 600 companies and entities are taking part in its implementation, total budget totaling 2 trillion rubles. 20,000 workplaces should be created by 2021, and taxation base and potential for development of small and medium-sized enterprise also creates optimism. Within the framework of this project, we offer capacities for processing natural resources based on raw materials that are mined and processed here, forestry, developing transport, social infrastructure. A large number of investment projects across the range are presented today as initiatives of the biggest companies in the Russian Federation, the leaders of our country's business elites, such as Norilsk, Urals, Norilsk Nickel, and others, which enjoy serious experience but would like to demonstrate their potential. To provide maximum output for the investors, Krasnoyarsk region, Tyva and Khakassia are creating special regimes, special tax breaks, and other government support measures. Krasnoyarsk Krai is creating its own special economic zone called Technological Valley for enterprises that are processing aluminium and other metals. Today, 6 residents already expressed their wish to take part in the project, and we see huge potential in developing this site. The site is right next to the airport, the largest transport hub of the Yenisei Siberia. This is Krasnoyarsk Airport, providing huge logistical opportunities for transport companies, logistics companies, which need to transport their ready-made produce by air cargo. The special economic zone created here will provide a large spectrum of tax breaks to potential residents and other support structures. The availability of a well-developed industrial complex provides us opportunities for further growth in this area. All of the above creates conditions for individual approach to every investment project, which is quite important within this initiative. The whole team of experts focused on external trade and international markets are working with us.
Thank you very much, Sergey Nikolaevich. Yes, well, that's what I wanted to perhaps focus on in our discussion, which is essentially trying to come up with a way of giving investors the assurance that things will still be attractive and so forth. And for example, if the internal rate of return has changed, will it rise and change on any of the projects? Now, a couple of the projects I found especially interesting, because as we know that when investors tend to be concerned about traditional markets and equity markets, they flee to what we call safe havens. One of those safe havens is gold, and one of the areas that your region is very rich in is gold. And what I noticed in the perspective is that there was approximately there was a project that would approximately increase the yield of gold and gold-related products to about $40 million. Now I'm wondering, in light of the pandemic, do you believe that the capabilities of that project would be increased so that we could expect more than 40 million, perhaps 400 million or 4 billion? Is there a chance to scale up that project at all?
Но в целом рынок сегодня золота очень перспективный.
Well, on the whole, the gold markets are highly perspective today, and we see steadily rising prices, gold prices, and today Krasnoyarsk region and the Republic of Tyva are the regions which a large number of gold mining, gold producing companies, including foreign owned companies, and the region offers huge potential for development. I'm not speaking of unexplored territories. Exploration is a serious consideration here. We understand that considering the rising demand and the rising cost for materials, for production in the gold mining sector, there is a huge potential for investing into this type of investment projects, and today we present a range of investment projects related to developing gold mining in the regions. And we saw the market consolidating inside the industry, and we are hoping that large players will be able to enter the regions and feel comfortable here. Also, we are noting serious potential not just in the gold mining sector due to certain restrictions, but we see huge potential in the service industry of this sector. There is an initiative related to producing chemical products, which is focused on the gold mining industry, and today this investment proposal enjoys high demand.
What I've been researching and when I was looking at your region, it reminded me of California. I'm from the U.S. and back in the 19th century, we had a California gold rush, and it came about as a confluence not necessarily of an epidemic, but of a confluence of many forces of people seeking to exploit many of the natural resources. And I think when I was reading about the research here, it made me think of all the untapped potential of that region. Now, there were another couple of areas that I wanted to ask you about. One is I'm not a chemist, but there's one known as nanocrystalline cellulose, and this is a wood-based byproduct that is in one of the proposals. And it seems quite exciting because nowadays we're seeing people, as a result of the social distancing, they're required to stay home. They're ordering a lot of things to be shipped directly to their homes. So Alibaba and Amazon are benefiting quite substantially as just two of the very large online retailers from this. And as I understand, they will perhaps be demanding quite a lot of products like this, or a lot of products that are for packaging, and nanocrystalline cellulose is one of those. So do you see that gaining a boost as a result of this pandemic?
Well, our regions enjoy serious reserves of capacity. We're speaking of millions of cubic meters of forest which are ready for processing and logging. And we are also speaking of biochemistry, chemistry, oil and gas, chemical products, other sectors. We are also seeing great opportunities not just for cheap raw materials, but we're also noting global trends related to growing demand for eco-packaging, green type of packaging, also type of packaging materials. We are seeing this in domestic research. We're seeing that the government policy is also focused in this area. The policy of government, companies and corporations is implementing new standards. That's why internal demand inside the country and internationally for such green eco-friendly products and packaging is colossal, and its potential remains untapped. And considering our quality resource base and forestry resources that can be taken practically freely and processed, we consider our region very well prepared for implementing such serious investment projects. And equipment and technologies will provide serious efficiency. This is what we feel.
Yes, I think it's very exciting because as we know, a few years ago, the president of the Russian Federation decided that Russia would try to lead the world in alternative energy. So not just in fossil fuels, but also in green energy. And so when we think about, as you mentioned, quite an exciting way, that it will be a green type of packaging or an eco-friendly type of packaging, which I think most people are accustomed to us thinking of the need to recycle certain products and purely looking at wood. But this nanocrystalline cellulose is a byproduct. It's something that is often wasted and thrown away. But you have an exciting project that's designed to actually use it for other purposes, which I think is very interesting. There's another byproduct that I read about, which I found humorous just being here in Russia, which was it's the lignin. Lignin is also a byproduct of wood pulp, and it's often used for hair dye. And the reason why I found it humorous is because when they started to implement the quarantine measures around the world and in Russia also, there was a question of which particular types of entities would be declared essential. And so recently, I believe in Russia, they were discussing whether beauty salons would be declared essential because after all, we can't go very long without our beauty salons. So hair dye seems to be one of those particular products that could be COVID and pandemic proof and could also be very exciting as one of your particular niche investment areas. I don't know if you'd like to comment on that.
Yes, we are actually studying the experience of other colleagues, other regions, moving into new reality, following coronavirus and during coronavirus. We do have information about higher demand for services, and certainly beauty is one of the growing sectors. People would like to stay safe, be healthy, would like the beauty is always attractive, and this is one of the trends that could change the economic balance. And considering our resources here, we are able to offer chemical products and byproducts that can be used in the industry. All our products are made of natural products and are eco-friendly. For instance, we have berry extracts and other natural products, and this sector can become a breakthrough for investors that would like to beat the uncertainty.
Yes, I agree. I think that's great, and I like the phrase you use. Beauty will always be attractive. I think that's important. So Sergey Nikolaevich, as just a last question, what I'd like to ask is what are there any particular industries or any particular industry or project right now in the region that you are very excited about, that you're most excited about, and that if you had 20 seconds to speak to an investor, you would tell them everything?
Yes,
certainly, I would like to propose to speak about a project of natural resource mining. We also got huge potential for the Northern Sea route, and the Arctic projects are marked with remote and difficult transport access, but very attractive terms. And also taxation and the new business conditions in the deep processing are very interesting. I would also present the opportunities today the region's agro-industrial complex can offer. We do have excess of production that can be used for excess of resources that can be used for more processing or for producing chemical byproducts. as you mentioned earlier, but of course, the tourism industry is the one closest to our hearts. We understand that the world has not been fully explored yet, but the specifics, the uniqueness, the beauty of our region is spellbinding. It's absolutely amazing. And the initiatives in these spheres are very close to my heart personally. I hope that our investors find their partners, find their projects, and the opportunities for tourism here become more accessible and open to the whole world.
Thank you. I hope so as well. I hope so as well. So thank you very much for your time. Okay, everyone, I'm Tony Ewing. Seize the opportunity and invest in regions.